Hi there, welcome or welcome back to the Books for Us. This video is going to be a very small vlog. I am going to talk about one book, I am going to show you one new hobby, and I am going to show you two places that I went to during the beginning of my Easter holidays, which is going on now. So yeah, let's have a look. I felt like it was quite appropriate that we went to the circus because at the same time I was reading Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins, which is the 5th book in the Hunger Games series, or it's a prequel to the Hunger Games series, so I suppose it's actually 0.5 or something in the ranking. And the reason that I thought this was appropriate is, of course, because the capital in the Hunger Games universe is called Panem, and it is called Panem because of the Latin saying, which is panem et circenses, which roughly translates to bread and games. And of course, circus is derived from that because it is a game, and Panem is called Panem because it is bread to the people, because the saying panem et circenses was actually used to indicate that the people should be entertained in order to keep them quiet, and that is exactly what Suzanne Collins invented with these Hunger Games series, this dystopian society in which people have to be entertained, especially people in the capital have to be entertained in order for everything to stay as it is, to make them feel like they have a very good life and to make them want to keep on living that life. And of course, the games exist to suppress the people in the districts. We all know the Hunger Games. I don't think I have to talk to you too much about the original series. But Sunrise on the Reaping is actually the story of Haymitch. When Haymitch was a 16-year-old boy, he got reaped for the second quarter quell, so the 50th Hunger Games that was organized. And in that Hunger Games, actually, people had to put up double the amount of young people, of children, that are ordinarily in the games. So instead of one boy and one girl per district, we now have 2 boys and 2 girls per district that had to go. And I was very interested to read this book because I really wanted to be inside this amazing world again. Well, it's a very terrible world as well, but you know, you want to return to it. But I was worried because we actually know the story of Haymitch. It is sort of told in the original trilogy. But I'm very happy to say that Suzanne Collins did this really well. She added these elements that actually fit into the story that we already knew, but are very surprising now. She makes us get to know new characters, but also reunites us with old characters. So it's actually really interesting to read this one. Now, in theory, I could tell you that there are some flaws in here. There are some things that don't really add up. I think that the capital was going a bit easy on Haymitch, maybe inside the arena. But on the other hand, President Snow is once again this magnificent villain, and he is going hard at it once again. So yeah, out of pure enjoyment, I have to give this one 5 out of 5 stars. I really loved being back there. I enjoyed actually being in the games again, because with the other prequel that came out a couple of years ago, we weren't really in the games. We had this other sort of viewpoint from well, President Snow when he was a young boy, but he was outside of the games then, and now we are actually living the games again. And yeah, it was absolutely wonderful, and I would definitely recommend you to read it if you have enjoyed the Hunger Games before. Now let me talk to you about a new hobby that I've recently picked up. It is coloring, and I know that if we say coloring, we automatically sort of think about children and children's coloring, and this is more of an advanced kind of situation, although I wouldn't say that I'm such great shakes at it already or anything like that, but I did sort of want to show it off because I actually am kind of proud of what I've done so far. So that is why I wanted to show you what I have done so far, and I wanted to let you watch a bit while I'm working on this page over here. I hope you enjoy. that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like, subscribe, leave a comment if you want to, and I hope to see you soon in another video. Bye!